Hi, Alton Brown here in the totally deserted Brain Food Industries kitchen. Just kind of working on my culinary plague list. plague list. Hey, why don't you come on over here and let's make some rice? Come on. Plague. It's a joke. Too soon? So when the poop hit the fan, I may have gone out and purchased too much rice. Part of this is because rice is really good at stretching meals. The other thing is that it's good to stretch dog. Hey, come here. Oh, she ran away. Scabio keeps running away from me because she thinks that maybe she's the contingency plan for fresh meat. Anyway, rice is really great for stretching dog food, and it's great for stretching meals. The problem is a lot of Americans that don't have rice machines, rice cookers, kind of make a mess of rice. It's super easy to do. It comes out either gummy or it's not done or it doesn't have any flavor. So this is my speed version of cooking rice that's relatively foolproof. I did this on an episode of Good Eats, I think, gumbo episode maybe? I don't remember, but I do it a lot, so here we go. We're going to cook basically 3 cups of rice, which I find to be a, final rice, 2 cups uncooked. So come here. First we need a pot. And if you've got a saucepan in kind of the 2 to 3 quart range, this is really kind of ideal. I'm going to be using a wider pan simply because I have kind of wider gas burners over here. You could use either of these. I'm going to be using 2 level cups. This is one of the few things that I don't weigh. If it's long grain rice, I do it by cups. So I'm going to have 2 cups of rice that we are going to cook, and it's just going straight in the pan like that. Now, we will need water, of course, but here's the thing. I don't bring the water to boil in the pot. I bring the water to a boil with an electric kettle and then add it already boiling. This is 3 cups. So the way I do this is 3 cups of water to 2 cups of rice. And if you've got a regular kettle, stovetop kind, that's fine. I like the electric. I've got like 4 of these things. I use them for all sorts of things. Okay, that's set to 100 degrees Celsius. Ooh, fancy, metric. And we'll let that come up. In the meantime, let's talk about getting some flavor on this rice. What are some things we could do to give this rice more robust flavor? Go ahead. You take a look at that. I gotta go to the refrigerator. Go ahead, I'm listening. Yeah, that's good. Yes. Who said fat? Did I hear somebody say fat? Fat is absolutely correct. By cooking this in fat, before we add water, we can up the nuttiness that is naturally in this kind of rice. So I'm going to cook it in butter, and I'm going to go with about 2 tablespoons. Oh, yeah, I mark my butter by the tablespoon when I unwrap it. I've got free time. Problem is I do this even when there's not a plague, which says something about how I spend my free time. All right, I'm gonna go with 2 tablespoons. There's 1. Now, this looks like a lot of fat. It isn't if you were using oil, and you certainly could use oil. It's just not gonna taste as good because the milk solids are gonna bring some flavor to the party. Trust me on this. Come on over, come here. Rice and salt, they go together. Big, heavy pinch of kosher salt. Actually, I'm gonna go 2. I hate trying to salt rice after it's already done. I've got my timer standing by. I'm gonna put this over high heat, and I'm gonna saute the heck out of this rice. And here, I'll just use this spatula. This will be fine. So obviously we want the butter to melt. Get on in here. And we want to evenly coat all of the rice with the butter. It's going to take a couple of minutes. Odds are good your water will be ready long before you need it. Oh, and ignore this. This is for the oven. We're not doing anything in the oven right now. Ooh, and leftover rice we can make into fried rice. That's another show. This isn't really a show, but you get my drift. So I'm sautéing basically the rice in the butter, and I'm going to do that until I kind of smell a nutty popcorn kind of thing going on. You won't realize how hot it is in there because once the water cooks out from the butter, there's not going to be any hissing. My cooking water has come up to a boil, so that's standing by. I have a lid here ready to go. I want a really, really, really tight lid, and my lids have been dinged up a little bit, so I'm going to augment with a piece of foil that will go in between the pot and the lid to ensure a really good seal. All right, can you smell? Sorry, of course you can't. This smells like it is ready to go. So heat's on high, rice is sauteed. See, it's starting to even brown a little bit. I'm gonna add the water. And the faster you can do this, the better off you're gonna be. So I tell you what, I'm actually gonna kind of press my lid down on there just a little bit, so I'll be ready for this. This is gonna make a lot of noise and it's gonna happen really quick. See, a lot of hissing, a lot of spitting. Down, down, down. Kill the heat completely. Lid on. And then heat back to its lowest setting. Whoop, wrong one. And we're gonna time for 20 minutes exactly. Now you saw there was a lot of drama there, a lot of water jumping up and down. That is because the water was going on top of very, very, very hot fat and rice. That's why you want to have that lid in position. Get that water in fast, close that lid. And if you're really worried, just turn off the heat before you do that. So I've got a good seal. I made a little bit of a mess. That's okay. I promised you drama. We're over low, low, low heat, and we'll be back in 20 minutes. Now the heat is turned off, and we remove the lid. Come on. Do not stir this with a spoon. At this point, we want to fluff it with a fork. If you stir it with a spoon, you're gonna simply stick all the starch coats together, okay? And you're gonna make a glop because the outside starch is very vulnerable at this point. But we do wanna let the excess steam out. So just kind of toss it around like this and leave this alone for about another 2 to 3 minutes. Stay. This can be used for anything. Whatever you do, refrigerate and reheat properly. If you're not gonna eat it all, and I suggest you make a larger batch, cover it, refrigerate. But remember, there's this thing called retrogradation of starch, which means that the leftover rice is gonna get hard as a rock, or very small rocks, because of the way the starch molecules realign. So typically, I will throw a little bit of water in the bottom of this vessel, recover it, and then microwave it to re-steam that rice. So, there's a little dinner hint to help you through these challenging times. Rice goes a long way. Kids love it even with just some butter and a little more salt on it. And well, there's dinner. See ya.